Hi there, it's Linda here. Thanks for joining me today as I play with these sweet new goodies, a gorgeous little succulent terrarium die from Cottage Cutz and this absolutely beautiful font on this Stampendous set called Big Words Thanks. So starting off with my die cutting, and I've got lots and lots of scrap pieces from my scrap drawer, lots of greens and browns for my succulent garden today, and cutting them all one after the other, so I've got lots of pieces that I'll be able to mix and match for my terrarium. So I've just placed them all together there on my card front, working out where I'd put my sentiment if I have them portrait design like that, and then I decide that landscape will work better, so just turning my terrarium and grabbing the stamp set out of the pack so I can lay that thanks word down and work out if it will fit. So I've got that all in my head now, and I'm just now going to create the background on my card front. So I've got all my Distress Oxide colours here, as you can see, laying them out on a glass mat, spraying them with water, and then dropping the Bristol Smooth watercolour cardstock into the pools of colour over and over until the colour is transferred where I want it to. Wiping it off each time with a tissue and then splushing down, smushing down more colour, spraying again and lifting it up with the watercolour card. So it's not a long process, it all comes together pretty quickly. Using the Fossilized amber again to add a bit more yellow to my card front, and I'm pretty happy with that now, and I'm just going to add a little bit more of the twisted citron in some splatters all over the front, splattering it on with my paintbrush, and then my card front will be finished off with some worn lipstick smushed straight from the Distress Oxide ink pad all the way around the outside of that card front piece. So once I then lay that aside to dry for a few hours, doesn't take very long at all, there you can see how it's all come together. And now it's just a matter of sticking together the little terrarium die pieces. I've decided I'm going to put them over there on that left hand side, and I will stamp part of my greeting over the terrarium pieces, and the rest will lie on the Distress Oxided background there. So using my fine tip applicator glue bottle, this is an Express It glue that you'll see me link up. I use all the time, I find it very cost efficient and it works really well through the little applicator bottle. Just popping all the pieces together, and of course I've cut so many with this die today, getting these colours that I wanted, that there'll be lots of pieces left over for future cards that I'm going to keep them all in a plastic sleeve, and I'll be able to go back to them whenever I would like to create my own little succulent terrarium again. This is a bit of a special one for me because my mum loved succulents. She grew them so well, and whenever I see succulents I always think of her, so I thought it'd be a nice little die to have in my collection. And I needed a thank you card this week for a lovely lady who gave me a lift to work one day when my car was out of action, so this will be the perfect card to pop with the little gift that I've got for her. Alright, so I'll let you watch the process of my stamping now. I'm just getting the piece into my MISTI, working out where the stamp's going to go. Part of it will fall over the side of the terrarium there, and I'll use my VersaFine Onyx black ink, which of course is just stunning for sentiments, so bold, and it's such a nice juicy ink. I absolutely love it. And I do stamp it down twice. I push very well on the part of it that covers the terrarium there. You'll see me going back and forth to that area. And yes, you can see a little gap there in the T for the word thanks. And I do have to come back and fill that in with a fine tip marker, a Copic multi-liner because I just can't get that little bit with the VersaFine Onyx Black. So I just grab my multi-liner and fill it in. It matches really well. Can't tell any difference in the colour. And I cover up a couple of little spots on my letters, and then it's just time to add the additional part of my sentiment so that it says thanks so much. Again with VersaFine Onyx Black, and then it's just a matter of adhering all the little succulent pieces where I want them to go in the terrarium. I add a few sequins to the card front, I pop it up on some pink foam and then add it to my card front, and my card is complete. Nice simple one for you today, but it does have quite a gorgeous impact, and of course all these little pieces can be used in lots of different ways. Thanks for joining me, and I hope to be back soon to share another card and video.